72 bhp, 65.2 Newton meters of peak torque and a curb weight of just 185 kgs. Now, if you know even a little bit about motorcycles, you can clearly figure out that all of these numbers are a recipe of profound thrill and a lot of laughter. And that's what the new Ducati Scrambler is for you. Now, the Scrambler lineup is the entry point into the premium world of Ducati in India, and it entered its second generation last year. So that's why it's called the 2G model, and Ducati says it's almost 70% new or revised as compared to its predecessor. Now, this one in particular is the full throttle variant, which sits above the most affordable Icon variant. Now, the agenda of this video is to ride the motorcycle in every condition possible, conditions in which an Indian rider would, and find out whether it's fun and thrilling only on paper or also in the real world. And is it just all about fun, or the practicality quotient is also on the higher side? Let's find out.
When you approach the Scrambler in the parking lot, its accessibility is instantly evident. Its small dimensions give it an air of playfulness, and newer riders won't be intimidated at all. And the moment you sit on it, the low 795mm seat height and narrow fuel tank only elevate its welcoming persona. You need to crouch a little to reach the handlebar, and the foot pegs are slightly rear set, which adds a bit of sportiness. Take it off the stand and you'll be surprised by how lightweight it feels. And light it is, with a curb weight of 185 kg, which is 4 kgs lighter than its predecessor. To give you a better perspective, it is as much as 10 kgs lighter than the Royal Enfield Classic 350. Now, set out in the urban jungle and you instantly start flicking it from side to side without hesitation. The agility and nimbleness of the Scrambler is seriously admirable. Adding to its playful character is the wide handlebar, which gives you a lot of leverage. Then open the gas and you realize it pulls from the get-go. There's usable torque right from 2000 RPM, followed by a mid-range that feels like a sucker punch. The throttle response is crisp and direct, and overtaking other vehicles is a profoundly quick and joyous affair. This is courtesy of the new ride-by-wire throttle system, and all of this doesn't come at the cost of tractability, and riding the Scrambler at a relaxed pace is a piece of cake. It also has a very light clutch, but you might not use it often due to the butter smooth quick shifter, which, by the way, is standard on the new full throttle variant. Even the gearbox is slick, and false neutrals are literally a story of the past for a Ducati. Unfortunately, all the fun goes out of the window once you get stuck in traffic. 15 minutes in bumper-to-bumper traffic is enough for the engine to start making you feel uncomfortable with the hot blow of air on your calves and thighs. If this goes on for close to 30 minutes, you'll want to stop, just park the bike and admire its swanky red and black color scheme while the engine cools down. And heck, it takes a lot of time to cool down. Now, heating is quite understandable considering it's a high-performance 802cc engine with no liquid cooling.
Keeping the heating issue aside, this engine continues to impress also on the open road. Although the performance numbers on paper are almost identical to its predecessor, the internals have been revised for some weight saving. Now, the torque delivery is strong and flat almost throughout the rev range, so you never fall short of the drive even closer to its red line of 9000 RPM. And while all of this is happening, the Termignoni exhaust aids in keeping you entertained. Now, it's not very loud or dramatic, but quite pleasant to the ears nonetheless. Let's give it a listen. What do you think about that sound? Let us know in the comments below.
The moment you witness an open road and put the Scrambler in sport mode with the power levels set to maximum, you unleash the more versatile and slightly wilder side of the Scrambler. Picture this. You are riding the bike at 120 kmph in 6th gear and need to overtake. Just a ring of the throttle shoots you ahead instantaneously. No downshifting or planning is required. To give you a better perspective of its potential, the smallest Ducati reaches 150 kmph in third gear, which is awesome, and it crunches miles like no one's business. Wind blast is always an issue though, and an aftermarket windscreen is recommended if you dare to go touring on this bike. Also, while the seat is comfortable for short bursts of rides, it is not adequately cushioned and the real estate is lacking, especially for larger riders. It's not a very comfortable seat to be on for anywhere close to 2 hours of continuous riding. If you happen to hit the twisties on your way, the Scrambler continues being a delight. It tips in without much effort and traces the intended line without any drama whatsoever. And the tighter the bends, the more eager the Scrambler gets to take them on. The grippy and feedback-rich Pirelli MT60 RS tires further add to its cornering capabilities. The suspension, meanwhile, delivers a comfortable ride, if not outright plush. Be it slow or high speeds, minor hindrances like road joins, rumblers or stones are ironed out cleanly. However, it doesn't feel completely planted on the highway through wavy, low-amplitude surface imperfections. And at slow speeds, through the deeper potholes or ruts, you get a slight jerk to your back, but nothing gets to annoying levels. Not to forget, the Brembo brake at the front delivers excellent bite and lever feel, while rear brake is good enough to match up. When it comes to taking on the rough stuff, do not let the Scrambler name and block pattern tires deceive you. It's not meant to handle anything hardcore. The ground clearance is 176 mm, which is 24 mm lower than the KTM 390 Adventure. The suspension travel is limited and the alloy wheels are an 18-17 inch combination. However, whatever mild dirt trails it can handle, it does it all with decent capability. Switching off the traction control and sliding the rear is too much fun, especially due to the predictable throttle response. It can also handle small jumps, but again, doesn't like to be thrashed around.
As I said in the beginning, the Ducati Scrambler is a small motorcycle and it can easily get lost amidst much smaller 200 and 300cc bikes. But in isolation, it looks adorable. This X shape on the headlamp, that dual tone curvy fuel tank and that nice chopped minimalistic floating style tail section, everything gives it a clean and likable look. Also, this dual tone red and black paint scheme, these small fenders, these round tiny LED turn indicators and those side panels with 62 lettering on them are standard elements on the full throttle variant.
Despite it being the entry-level model, Ducati hasn't cut corners in terms of quality and fit and finish. The paint finish, quality of plastic, the fitment of panels, everything exudes opulence and ruggedness. Apart from the multi-level traction control system, multiple power modes and a quick shifter, the new TFT screen is a welcoming addition in terms of features. To navigate through different screens and options, you have an up and down toggle key along with the indicator switch, which doubles up as the mode selector button. It takes some time to get a hang of operating the screen through the combination of these buttons. However, once you get versed with it, the screen has a lot on offer. You can select your choice of rider aid levels, riding modes, display themes, headlamp and DRL settings, ride stats, bike information, and connect it to your smartphone via Bluetooth. Also, there's a charging port hiding under the seat.
So is the new Ducati Scrambler fun and exciting? The answer is a resounding yes. It is so playful in the city, so fast on the open highway, can take on corners and is always up for some dirt trails. The new model in particular, it comes across as a more refined and a more premium offering mainly because of the additional electronics like a new TFT screen, multiple power levels and multiple traction control levels. So although it can do almost everything, it has shortcomings. In the city, it heats up too soon and to some discomforting levels. On the highway, the wind blast is too much and the seat cushioning and real estate is inadequate, especially for large-sized individuals. And off-road, it runs out of ground clearance and suspension travel way too soon. However, Ducati's high class and stature are globally renowned, and the Scrambler lineup is your gateway to become a part of such a premium brand. In that context, Rupees 12 lakh ex showroom price tag is justified. That's what I think.